Welcome back. You're with PowerLunch here on NDTVProfit. The markets are holding on to their gains. Actually, a little bit of a pickup visible. 87.17 on the Nifty 50, up 106 points, and that's a 1.25% gain. Similar story for the Sensex. So steady day of trade as far as the Lal Street goes, which is why we can safely turn our attention to other interesting aspects of business. And I'm very pleased to welcome Dev Amritesh, President and Chief Business Officer at Domino's Pizza, Jubilant Foodworks. Thanks very much for joining us this afternoon on NDTVProfit. Good to have you on the channel. And, Domino's Pizza, as I understand, 500 outlets are actually going vegetarian for the Navratra period. Just provide some context. Is this a big bet that you're taking, much bigger than anything that you've done in the past?
I wouldn't say that, because it's for a 9-day period. So yes, it's big. We are pretty excited to be doing this, but in the larger context of the whole year, it's 9 days. So we must keep that in context. But it can have a impact on how consumers look at us in general. We're getting a lot of traction on our social media, Facebook page, etc., where people are writing to us and telling us, man, this is something that we really is unprecedented, and we really get it. That a global brand which has, so many stores all around the world could, get something as nuanced as what Navratra means in the country, and actually respond to that. And almost half of India, most of North India has gone vegetarian. So we're pretty excited to be doing this.
Okay, sure. I should have emphasized that it's 9 days, but just the idea, even for 9 days, for 500 of your outlets to go vegetarian, it seems like a first in many ways. What are the analytics to back this decision? I want to just understand, by going backwards a little bit, to how you arrived at this decision to have 500 go vegetarian for 9 days.
Right. So there are 3 parts to this. The first part is parts of the country which follow Navratra very seriously. And we are talking about Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Gujarat, small parts of Maharashtra, entire North India, Delhi, Haryana, Punjab, upwards, and Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. So this is the area where we've taken all our states. These are all our stores in these states, 100% vegetarian. And what we've observed in these places is that during the Navratra period, the non-veg consumption reduces significantly, and significant increase in the vegetarian consumption as well that happens. And the overall, in industry, not just us, but overall in the industry, there's a reduction of consumption of food outside home in general. So we did some research, we spoke to a lot of customers, and we found out that there's a large group which says, we don't mind eating, pizza, or we don't mind eating food outside home. It's just that we don't want to do it in a place that also serves non-vegetarian food, especially during these 9 days. So last year we did a trial in a few stores, more than 100 stores. And some places it was very successful, some places the response was mixed. We felt if we take the entire belt, entire North India and above, make that vegetarian, then we can talk about it more openly, so that every consumer in these parts of the country can call up Domino's and they would be assured that they are vegetarian. So this time we have taken it to a completely different scale. We have backed it with, PR, we have backed it with advertising, we have backed it with social media activation. So the scale is very different this time. And obviously, we are hoping that it will do very well. 2 days have already passed, the first 2 days of Navratra, and we are pretty confident looking at the last 2 days that this will be good for us.
Okay, I just wanted to evaluate the risk reward here. And for that, there are 2 very simple questions I want to ask. Typically, you acknowledge that, you'd see a drop in sales, particularly non-vegetarian. What was the quantum of the drop, and to what extent do you expect a rebound from vegetarian sales? Basically, how do those 2 compensating pieces come together?
Right. So typically, there is a dramatic reduction in non-vegetarian, right? So that's the reassuring part of it. There's a very significant reduction in the non-vegetarian consumption, especially in these parts of the country. Overall, I'm not just talking about Domino's, but overall at the industry level, the sense is that there is close to 10% reduction in overall eating out during these 9 days, right? And it can vary across brands. Some it might be more, some it might be less. Those who are very non-vegetarian oriented, it might be even higher. But that's roughly the range, 10 to 12% reduction is what happens in these 9 days. And not getting into exact numbers, but we feel that our trials of last year also showed in some parts where we were more aggressive with it, that the vegetarian increase in vegetarian sales was significant enough to compensate for this. So we are very hopeful. It's just 2 days of the 9 that have crossed. So fingers crossed, and pretty excited.
I was asking because I'm sure there's some back-end rejigging also, working with your suppliers to kind of reorient and cater. So, how large and expensive is that in terms of a job?
We've been working on this for the last 6 months, Manvi. The product development for the new Navratra pizza started around 6 months ago. And also we knew exactly what we are going to do, which stores we are going to take live. So we've been working with our entire operations team across these 500 stores about getting the non-vegetarian products consumed before the Navratra period, ordering very safely so that by the time we launch this product, we are anyways in a situation where we are ready to go veg. So, we've been planning very well, and it's been absolutely smooth so far. And with regards to working with vendors, yes, we've had a new product we've introduced. We've introduced a new pizza. We've introduced a new sago pudding. We've introduced some sabudana crispies. So yes, it was a great experience working with some new ingredients, which Domino's typically doesn't use anywhere in the world. For example, to take water chestnut, which is called singhada, and to make flour from that and to make pizza from that was a great learning experience for us. And this is the first time we've ever done something like this. So a lot of work went into it, but everything going smoothly so far.
Okay, well, this is one innovation, and one is wondering, beyond Navratras, what else is planned at Domino's to sort of energize sales, keep the excitement levels high?
Yeah, for the next till the Navratra period, this is going to be our main focus: vegetarian as well as the new Navratra pizza and the sago pudding and the crispies, sago crispies that we have, sabudana crispies. That's going to be our main focus. And come Diwali and getting into November, we have some exciting plans. We'll roll them out soon.
Okay, so I know you don't want to disclose your plans just yet, but I'm just trying to get my head around what October, maybe parts of November could sort of yield for Domino's, which is a departure from historical performance. I'm just trying to get my head around that.
Yeah, let's wait and watch. We are working on a few very exciting options, and soon, as I said before, we'll be revealing them soon. Unfortunately, I can't give you more details at the moment.
Dev Amritesh, thanks very much for joining us today. Good talking to you. And of course, we look forward to speaking with you much more frequently. All the best. Very interesting new experiment playing out at
Thank you very much.
Domino's outlets, 500 of them going vegetarian to capitalize on unmet demand during the Navratra period. And that was Dev Amritesh, President and Chief Business Officer at Domino's Pizza Jubilant Foodworks, talking to us. We're going to take a break, and when we return, S. Ravi Kumar, President Business Development and Assurance at Bajaj Auto, on the September sales performance of the company.